Hello, and welcome to week 3 of Rise to the Call. The past 2 weeks have been about our inward journey, focusing on self and then rippling out to our connection with nature, so that we have this really strong connection to self and to nature, and developing this sense of our ecological self. And from this beautiful, strong, connected foundation, this is where we then can ripple outwards and make change and have impact beyond ourselves. Coming from this strong, centered, passionate, empowered, love-filled self, then we ripple outward to our community. And that's what this week is about. This week is about community in rising, and how we take all of this love and energy that we've generated in self-connection and nature connection, and how do we reflect that and ripple outwards for other people to be inspired and to create lasting, sustainable change. So there's a little quote by Marianne Williamson that I want to read. In every community there is work to be done. In every nation there are wounds to heal. In every heart there is the power to do it. So we will always see problems, we will always see things that need fixing, and it's from the heart where the power comes from to make these changes. So that's why we focus on ourself and our nature connection, so that we have that heart energy, that we are full of love, and we have the strength from that soul place. And that's what courage is. Cœur is heart in French, and so courage is the power from the heart. So that's what we focus on, self and nature. And now we're in community. This is where we live our lives. This is where we are grounded and connected to others, and it's also where we can have the most impact. So this week in the PDF, we are inviting you to do a lot of reflection on what your community is, who's in your community, just kind of mapping your community to understand it better and see areas areas of opportunity to have impact in your community, as well as what you want your impact to look like. What kind of role do you want to have in your community? So that's just like the physical community that you live in, that you're part of. That's a beautiful community to put energy into, to have change in. It also can be like the easiest, just because you're right there, you're present, you can attend meetings, you know people. So that's an important community to put energy into and learn from. I personally, that kind of community work is how I am where I am today. I put a lot of energy into my local community. I volunteered with all the organizations, so many of the ocean nonprofits, and attended all the events and taught, did plastic presentations in schools and for city council and for businesses. So I was super involved. I founded a nonprofit called Save the Mermaids, and we set up stalls and dressed up as mermaids. So I put all this energy into my local community. And I was documenting it just more as a means to spread awareness about the issue. And this is how I built credibility as an activist and as a mermaid. So, they kind of go hand in hand, especially when you're being authentic and living with integrity. So I encourage you to reflect on your local community and see if there's something that you can do within your local community. And also discussed in this week is voting with our dollars. So what are we supporting? What money is energy, and we need to be really conscious of the energy that we're contributing to and fostering within our community, within our local economy. So voting with our dollar is a beautiful way to support businesses that are making sustainable choices or regenerative choices or circular economy. So really being mindful of how we spend money. Oh, a big beautiful pelican just flew up here. Hello. So just auditing yourself and auditing the sort of things that we spend money on is a good exercise for this week. We're also discussing the Joanna Macy's widening circles. So what does it mean to start to expand our concept of self, our ecological self? I'm living in ever widening circles. She describes circling around the earth, circling as she asks, am I a falcon, a great storm, or a great song, circling and circling. And this is kind of the basis for this course of our ripple effect, starting from self and then nature and rippling outward, ever widening circles, community, planet, universe. Hello, Brandy. So yes, and seeing ourselves as a part of these ever widening circles is what's going to dictate the survival of our planet. So how much we identify with nature, how much we identify with the birds that are flying, with the plankton in the sea, with the trees in the rainforest, that is what is going to determine the survival of our planet. That was a big poop from the pelican. I'm really glad I'm not sitting under it. Yes, so Joanna encourages us to be daring to see ourselves as that big, that beautiful, that powerful, that we identify with the ocean, that we identify with the rainforest, that this is our community, and trust in our pain and trust in our ecological self, this widening concept of self. And so I just love that. I think it's so beautiful, and the community is within that as much as and then you can start to expand the concept of community beyond just the one that you live in. Maybe there's the one that you work in, or if you have kids, the communities that you're involved with because of your kids, or the community that you choose to be involved with because of your ideology or your religion, or your exercise. So just identifying the different communities that you already are a part of and seeing if there are any allies in there or opportunities for spreading your message or just connecting. Like, I think something that would be beneficial for all of us is just creating, how they have like moms groups and like moms go and get coffee together, or dads, I'm just thinking about like little outings that people do. It'd be nice to have a little eco community gathering, like maybe once every 2 weeks you get a coffee with other like-minded people that are following the same issues as you, and then you develop a little community of people, and maybe you expand that and you make beeswax wraps together, or you do a beach clean, or you order your food in bulk together, whatever, something like doing a positive action. So you're meeting and you're having coffee and you're talking and you're discussing and you're sharing, what we're talking about in the course, or you're sharing some of your fears or your emotions or some article you read or some positive solutions. So you're kind of satisfying that intellectual need of conversing on these issues that matter to you, but you also have the support of other people, so you're not just like reading and feeling depressed about all of the hectic updates on the world. You have people, humans that you're meeting with and discussing. So that's an idea. In the webinar this week, we'll be discussing the power of communication, and I'll be sharing about how to build a community in real life as well as online, and also how to build a team. So in the PDF you see a document describing the team type compass. This is a format that Greenpeace uses. It's really helpful to just kind of identify our strengths and then identify people that we work well with, or that we might need on our team to be efficient and effective. So that's a pretty good one. I'll talk about that in the webinar. And then also finding your mentors. So important to have people that you're working with, but then also have some advisors and some guides that help you stay on track. I have some really beautiful friends who are mentors, that older elders really, that are incredible activists and permaculturists and naturalists and deep ecologists, and they help me. They back me when I make decisions less for my human life and more for my soul's journey, which can be hard, but we live on a planet that needs us, and sometimes it feels really good to have someone understand when you make a decision for your higher purpose, for this calling we feel to stand up for the planet, stand up for the environment, stand up for what we believe in. And it's not necessarily normal or easy or socially accepted. So that can be really hard. So finding mentors and just support systems can be really emotionally supportive, but also just legends that know what they're doing and have lived long years. It's important to get some guidance. So see if there's anyone in your life that could be a mentor. Um, then we're also going to talk about how to inspire change in others. I mean, just quickly, does this just be the change you wish to see? Stay inspiring by staying positive and avoiding being aggressive, and stay solution oriented. And then how to deal with the apathy of others. We've touched on this briefly, but again, breathing, closing your eyes and just coming back to the breath. This is like a practice for everything always. This always works for anything. And then coming from love instead of fear, panic, or urgency. Just being like, okay, I want to come from love as I talk to this person. Make it relevant to them, choose your battles wisely, and remember the traffic light system. Are they a green light? Great, they're on board. Are they a yellow light? Put energy into this. They could be switched. Are they a red light? Probably not worth the battle. And then we'll talk about deep time. This is so beautiful. Deep time, tuning into the global, timeless family of ancestors and energetic beings, and just like listening for guidance and recognizing the ancestors that are already with us. That's a bit in our meditation this week. And hearing them and developing connection and community with these ancestors, as well as connecting to the future generations who may already be asking us, why is this happening to the planet? Why, thank you for standing up. Thank you for trying to do something. And we are the ancestors to those future generations. I love that. So check out the PDF for some exercises like writing a letter to a future being, as well as your plastic-free recipes for this week. The recipes this week are how to make a plastic-free picnic, just to encourage you to create community, and even with your friends or family or whoever you want to have a picnic with, and bringing the plastic-free vibes if you feel like it. So enjoy, and hope you are doing well this week. Yes, another reminder to just breathe. If ever anything feels like too much, just breathe. Remember to just come from love, that if anything on this planet is going to heal, it is love. So just cultivating love, cultivating love, cultivating love. Thank you, beautiful community of Rise to the Call. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So honored and grateful to be here with you, currently on a dock, sitting on a dock in the bay, here in Yamba, Yagir, land of the Yago people. So much love for you all. Very grateful, and have a beautiful day. See you at this week's webinar.